Welcome everybody to Ladies Night Live. Oh man, so yeah, background was fun.
Sorry, y'all.
So yes, welcome everybody to Thursday night Ladies Night. So Rabbit's already putting tequila shots up for the ladies.
Thank you, Rabbit.
So how was your drive?
Oh, it was long. I got off really late, so I think you talked me through the last 2 hours.
2 hours, my butt. It was 4.
Yeah, it was about 4. I think I got in at about 1 a.m.
Yeah,
around 1
No, you got in. I between 11:30 and 12, I think.
No, it was like 1 because I stayed on up. I had been up since 2:30 that morning, so I was up for 24 hours.
Okay, it could have been 1. Maybe that's why I think it was 11:30. It might have been 1:30.
Yeah, it's like 1:30 in the morning. But so yeah, it's rather long. And I was getting it yesterday, and then today was kind of catching up with me a little bit.
I was over at the neighbors, and she's like, where are you at? Are you next door? And then I missed it because we were messing with their freeze dryer trying to get that thing working. And I'm like, yeah, I'm here. I'll be right there. I'm going to head to town. I'll let you in. And, I couldn't get your key made today either. So we may just have to take that spare key off and then give you that one.
Okay.
But Walmart took their key maker out of the store.
Huh.
Assholes. But
probably because it wasn't doing a good job.
I use it enough.
Rabbit got his cards.
Oh, good. And
some extra goodies.
Yeah.
Because they get the water straw now with it.
What? I didn't get a water straw with mine.
That's because didn't you get one from us?
Yeah.
At a festival?
I said the secret word.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
It was at festival.
Sorry.
I think I said the secret word.
If you said the secret word, then yeah, at that time, that's all you got was that. No,
it's been a while.
Now they got like the water straws.
Lucy said y'all look like sisters.
We get that a lot. Yeah. You know what? We would love to have Lucy in here. Lucy's internet, for some reason, during a live, she can't hear what everybody's saying because it cuts in and out. And I don't know what we're going to do now because we were going to title Ladies Night. We were going to title the topic Things, Lucy, You Cannot Say. I guess not anymore.
Especially when we do WROL.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Tambra.
She gets one of us banned.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, hey, Ashley.
What?
I was so happy to hear the news today. Have you heard what happened today?
No, I have not.
The state of Florida has come and filed a lawsuit against the United States government for avoiding Trump supporters' houses for FEMA. And so FEMA is in trouble. So not only did that girl fess up to what was going on to the public, she went on a podcast and literally spilled her guts. So I'm telling you, anybody down there, if you had a Trump sign, you need to file a class action lawsuit. North Carolina, I hope, will get on board with Florida because they need to do the same thing. So right now the state is suing. That doesn't do you all any good, maybe, unless they put a program together. But I would definitely say every citizen that got skipped needs to file.
Huh.
Yeah, that was amazing news. So,
Pineapple does sound good, Tambra.
Getting high. So I was excited to see that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was good information. So
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I hate when I have something in my, like I was going to say something and it just like went totally out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And I'm like, man, what was it? Now it's annoying me.
Was it about Florida? Do we need to
think so.
backtrack?
Oh, yes. Thank you. It was about Florida. We might be getting another hurricane next week.
Oh, geez.
I saw that this morning.
And I'm like, seriously?
That's why you came up here. You didn't want any damage.
Well, it's not going to me. It's making a weird hook, and it's going to hit Central Florida.
I'll go live.
Sarah, is it Sarah?
What?
I'll go live in the bunker.
Oh, yeah, I know you would. So All American will go live in the bunker.
Oh,
Lucy's going to try on a different phone.
Okay, good. Good. Yeah. She's going to give me hell about naming everything, things Lucy can't say.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I'm trying my old phone
Okay.
and see how it works, if it's working. I can see you guys.
That's good.
But
Yoda, you really
it's cutting in and out.
Do you what? Say that again?
You can see what Paul says.
Yeah. Do you all know the U.S. government?
Yeah, it's not going to work.
Conspired.
It's not going to work.
Perpetrated September 11th.
I tried.
Okay, Lucy.
You guys sound like robots.
All right.
Christ.
And yeah. I haven't heard that one, but interesting. I'll have to dive into that a little bit more.
But Lucy can't say that.
But yeah. Paul apparently can. But
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh man, I don't know how to properly answer that. And you have to remember you're on our channel. And you're also on All American, so
zip.
That's
things Cindy can't say.
It's going to be interesting to see Trump gets into office and takes over. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens if he accomplishes the goal that I think but he accomplishes the goal that he set out to declassify everything. So that's going to be a telltale of where we've been, what we've been in, and I think a lot of people are going to have to pay for what they've done.
I certainly hope so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They should.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens, but yeah, I don't know. If I have to step away, I got beans on the stove, so I'm gonna have to turn those down a little bit. It's still gonna take a little bit, but if I get up and I disappear, that's why.
Okay.
Trying to get meals done for my kiddos. They're coming for Thanksgiving, and two babies running around and all that. I got to make sure that my peeps are fed. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm doing those sous vide meals for them. So all she has to do is just boil everything and in the bag and then cut it open and eat. So. Like Lucy says, what can't I say?
Yeah.
Anything that gets us banned. So we're just teasing Lucy.
Yeah. But Lucy, if you're just on my channel, you can say anything.
I don't care.
Well, we're in warning modes right now, so we have to be a little bit careful. Otherwise we're down for 2 weeks. So, but we usually have a way to get around stuff, but you never know. That they're going to start punishing us pretty hard until Trump is inaugurated. And I think then we were all talking today and yesterday when I was at the neighbor's house, and it's going to take a bit for this to get repaired. So people have to get comfortable spending money. The key is going to be to get gas prices down. Once gas prices come down, then people will be able to spend a little bit of money. Anybody that knows a farmer, diesel truck driver, or anything like that, you're talking hundreds of dollars. A difference between when Trump was in office, it cost $60 to fill up a diesel tank, and it's $160 now to fill up a diesel tank. And that's every week. So, and then if you're in a big rig, it's more than that. So let's see what happens. But then hopefully we'll get food prices down and get all that stuff done. But like I said before, don't count your chickens before they hatch. Let's see if we can actually get them through inauguration.
Yes, that's me, Tambra. I said hello to you earlier. I was like, hey, girl.
Lordy.
And Rabbit, it's just lemonade. Don't tell anybody. It's got tequila in it.
Spring. And that's with you saying everything about price going up. That's why it's also good if you know what you got, all your wild edibles and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all free.
Yeah, we were all talking about that, and now's the time to start collecting your wild game and that kind of thing. Make sure that all your meat is in the freezer. Oh, I forgot to tell G about that. He's been invited. One of the farmers next door said he's tired of all his corn getting eaten. Take out every damn deer he's got back there. And so Chris was telling me that. And so G's allowed to go back there and hunt.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we'll see what happens. And since the corn has been there, they've already been baited. So it'll come in.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the deer coming up to my chicken coop because of the corn in the food, in the scratch.
Yep.
Yep.
Tambra, I found a Jersey cow today.
On purpose? Is it A2? You better get that thing tested. If it's not A2, don't do it.
Oh, you want to make some butter?
Is she buying a Jersey cow?
Maybe.
Well, so if you're going to buy the Jersey cow, definitely have it tested before you buy it. Test is $13. Take a few tail feathers.
Yeah, pull them tail feathers out of that cow.
Take a few of the tail hairs out, send it in, and $13. You'll know if it's A1, A2, or A2, and that kind of thing. A2. Oh, it is A2. Buy it. Make sure all the quarters are there, though. So you got to be able to milk from each section. I mean, you can milk from one or two, but why not? If you can get 1 gallon, go ahead and get 2 or 3, right? So,
right.
But
I dreamed I was milking a cow.
Oh my goodness, no! Don't finish that.
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't hear it, but this is why you have to keep an ear on him, because he comes out with some comments that you're just like, oh my God.
Yeah, I didn't. He says this one joke all the time, and he said he was dreaming he was milking a cow, and I didn't let him finish it. I didn't let him finish the sentence.
Yes.
No.
So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Tambra, just the tail hairs, the very end of the tail, pull them, $13, send it in. They'll test it and you'll know exactly what it is. I would hope that the owner of that cow, that dairy cow, would actually know already, and they might not though. So yeah, just send it in. So, but now neighbor is looking at Dexter's and getting those in, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah, it's about to be Dexter City up here, Tambra.
Oh, Tambra, there's a property you need to look at. The only problem is, and the one I was telling Skanes, did you ever tell her about that property?
I haven't had a chance to talk to her.
The one across the road. Okay, so there's one across the road that when you come up and help her, we probably need to get in that guy's ear. The only problem is it doesn't have water, so you'd have to dig a pond and a lot of trees. It's heavily wooded, so we'd have to clear a lot of trees, but it's not as much acreage as what you're wanting. So I'm not sure, but Dexter's
it was
28 and a half or something like that. But Dexter's, you don't need that much acreage, so it can be done. But yeah. Cow is a favorite vegan food. Devil dog. Okay, I'm gonna have to use that one, because I literally, when I do festivals, everybody will come and they're like, is this carnivore? Is this keto? Is this, this and that? And I say, well, I sell the food, make the food, so I can say it's whatever you want it to be. And especially when they buy the cinnamon rolls, they're like, is this carnivore? I'm like, sure. It is now. So anyway, but yeah.
Oh, she only has 34 acres now.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So it can be done, and I've got the guy that can do it for you or with you if you both want to go and do it. There's plenty of people here. So but it's going to have to be fenced and that kind of thing, but that can be done too. So you get it at a decent price, that many acreage. The house probably needs some repair. God only knows what they've done to it, but it said it was fully remodeled when they moved in, and nobody believes that. So we'll see. Hey, Devil Dog, good to see you in here.
Is there any way that y'all pictures online anything of the house?
Well, it's a trailer. It's a manufactured home, and I think it's, if I remember correctly, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and it's got the kitchen, that kind of thing. Carports, no garage. If you end up doing a contract on it, he just pulled in a storage shed in there. And I would write in that stays because he put it on skids so it can be removed. So you don't want to do that. Make sure it stays, but because that could be your tack room and all that stuff. So, but girl, you're pushing this dog right into my elbow.
No, I didn't. It's her.
Skeins gets here and everybody just loses their mind. All of a sudden, cats are on tables and crawling all over her. Dogs are like, feed me, feed me, feed me. Yeah, I just want to kill all of them, put them all outside.
It's like when the best friend comes. It's like when the best friend comes over, they don't have to listen no more.
Right.
Yeah, it's like when grandma comes to visit because she spoils you.
Yes.
Is that right, Freya?
Yeah.
So right, Freya.
Yeah. Yeah. Sell at Tambra Smith. Yeah. So I don't know, but it looks like it's definitely a positive option, and that would put you basically right between me and my neighbor, and that would be a cool gain of function out here.
Yeah.
So it would. We just want to make sure we have like-minded people coming in and people that aren't going to put up with all this crap. So. Rabbit's trying to get everybody to Missouri.
Well, Tambra even said, "Where you at?"
Oh yeah.
In relation to here, so yeah.
We may be coming.
Well, y'all are welcome. There's a hookup out there, so cover your share of electricity or whatever you use and that kind of crap. You're welcome.
I'll be the best security you'll ever have.
Well, you've got to take that up with my husband, with Grumpy, and you got to take that up with Chris. So they are the tactical maniacs. So
that would be great for me to have a team, that live there. I would love.
Oh, there's a huge team. We actually have practices and that kind of thing. So there's a spare house that they go in and they train how to clear it and do all that. So yeah, you'd have fun out here.
I can even bring an AMRAD up.
Northern Jen says, how many like-minded have you had to give the boot to?
Yeah.
Just the fakers, huh?
Off of my property, one.
Sure.
And that all came in with a lion itself. I think he wants to. He just doesn't want help. But out of the group itself, nobody. I'm not sure. I cannot pinpoint why this is working, but it's working. And so, I can't pinpoint why exactly it's successful, except for the fact that everybody believes in their own sovereignty and has their own land, essentially, eventually. Mm-hmm. And so, and everybody respects each other. So, like, Skeins is staying in my house. I don't, at this point, expect her. She shouldn't be cleaning my house. She shouldn't be helping me cooking, doing all that. Well, I know what you're going to say, but stop.
I know.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, she's got stuff. She's got to get her land prepped. She's got to get her house up. She's got to get all that stuff done. Right. And so she doesn't, how dare I demand, hey, you're here, you got rent to pay and that kind of thing. We don't do that here. I don't think anybody does. And so we've had people volunteer, like if we, when we had trailers out there. So Mossy Oak Parrot and her husband, Redneck, they were here for a little bit. And while they were transitioning and doing that kind of thing, they just said, hey, while we're using everything, whatever the difference is in electrical and water, we'll pay. We didn't even ask for it. We didn't demand it. Even after they offered, we didn't demand it because the internet is bad down here that they ended up having to go to their property. So kind of sped things up for them. But we just haven't really had to kick anybody out. The ones that are usually, so lies, let me put it this way. Lies usually catch up with you. And so if you're trying to sell something with one person, the next person, eventually you can't keep that stuff straight. And we're a community, right? You have to face each other, and you got to know the community talks, and we all work with each other. We're going to see that stuff. And usually you can't face another community member. They kind of take themselves out, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
right. Yeah. Because you can't, when you tell lies like that, it's very hard to keep up with all the lies, especially when you're talking to multiple people in a community.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't take long before you get people start going, wait a minute, and they talk and they communicate with other people in the community.
And that's it. We also know the difference between communication and saying, hey, be aware of this. Here's what happened. Here's how I felt. You make your own decision, but here's what happened. Here's how I felt. And then you interact with that person and you figure out if it works for you or not.
Right.
And so, it's kind of how it works here. It's very interesting the way it works. I'm not, we just kind of fell together. And we do have a lot of people asking, how did you build this? And they want to have tag out and, and teach them how to do it. Really, you just gotta have here's what I'm going to say. Really, you just can't be fake. And you just got to walk the walk, talk the talk. And then when people get here and they come and visit and all that, they see, oh, you're actually a real person. You're actually really doing this. And then you get to talk to each other and all that. And it just works out great. So,
right.
Man.
So, when we come up, we don't really need to plug in at your house. We got 3 generators that we can use, so we're good on that part.
Okay, except for my master. I may have to put you on the back pasture.
It don't matter.
So I can sleep.
Oh yeah.
No, our generators are Honda. They're quiet.
They're kind of quiet.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah. We even had them outside running one time, and it wasn't loud, really.
The Hondas are very.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Well, yeah. No, come on. So, expect I might feed you every once in a while. So there's that. I
want to try these cinnamon rolls.
Yeah. I got
people. If I ate here while she's cooking, which is all the time, I'd take up this whole screen. I'd be that big. And it's hard to say no because I love sweets. The cinnamon rolls are so good. Because I remember was it right before Midwest? Because I came up and said, I'm not having any cinnamon rolls.
Because you wanted to know how to make them and all that.
Yeah. But I ended up eating one anyway. I just couldn't help myself.
And then you had another, I think.
Then I had another one at camp. Damn it.
All American said he'll have whatever the goats eat.
Oh no, you don't want that. I'll feed you. So, your lamb is getting ready to go out too. So I gotta get that. Freezer packs are in the freezer, so I'm getting those ready. So you should get that sometime next week. So,
awesome.
Yeah. I got to make your cookies though, but we have community day on Saturday, so I'll be making cookies tomorrow. So
I forgot about them getting cookies.
Good grief, Mike. $400 something for cable? Yeah, did you read his comment?
I'm done with my cable. It was $325. Now it went up to $435. I'm done with it. I'm just going to keep the internet and house phone. Well, that's interesting. So if your internet and house phone is in there, so that's probably $200 of that right there.
I'm gonna say, is it DirecTV?
Well, I mean, and then what added channels? Do you have HBO, Cinemax? What's the other one?
You don't need cable.
There's something, Showtime. There's
Showtime, and you got all that extra stuff on there.
Yeah.
That's where they're getting you.
Lifetime.
I know for
the
us,
Romance Channel.
we just have Amazon, and we're not even joined with Prime, but on Amazon you can watch Prime videos for free, that Freevee, and so much on there for free.
Yeah, we got that. I was really super surprised. So we went and got that antenna thing, did the same thing. And so we put the antenna in, so we get local channels. And then we've got the Hulu. We don't pay for it. It's the free version. Hulu and a bunch of other stuff on it. It's on the smart TV. And we can get everything. In fact, Garen just watched, like, this is how big of a teddy bear Grumpy is. You guys are going to laugh. It's so funny. And I'm like, what are you watching? Because I look at the TV and I'm hearing this giddy girl and seeing this big purple bear looking thing. And I'm like, what are you watching? And he's like, I'm watching If, and it's really, really good. Like, okay. So I'm like, is there a unicorn in there? Like, what's happening here? So he liked it. So, we get stuff like that. You just don't run to the movie theater. You just wait 6 months, and then you can watch all that stuff for free. You don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Amazon Prime's got everything you'd want to see. It's got too much stuff to pick from.
And it's got all your local channels too.
Wow. Yeah. And if you pick up Amazon Prime, I think is $99 a year or something like that.
Ours is free.
I don't know. We don't have the Prime part, but for regular Amazon, you can watch
for free
a lot of the shows and stuff still for free.
Okay. Yeah. So we that card connects to what we do as far as feed and all that stuff. So when you charge, then you pay it off at the end of the month, and you get all kinds of free points. So we get free shit off of Amazon.
Yeah.
So we're like, I need DMSO today, so let me go order that. Or I need, something in the kitchen. Let me go order that.
My daughter has Prime, so I use her Prime.
So, and we do that too. So, like, our son has a Netflix account. Right. And so he can put in so many different ones, and we're on that. And then, so we do that. Just get creative with it. We took care of our kids for so damn long. It's time they take care of us.
I know when my son had Disney and I wanted to watch, what was it? Might have been The Mandalorian. This has been a while. And
he's talking to the camera.
So he said, well, I had something in my eye. They had, so I told him, I said, he said, well, Mom, you can use mine, and I had Netflix that we could share. And then, so we all, like, if somebody has something, then we share it together. But my TV went out. I cut DirecTV off, goodness, a year or two ago. And there's no cable where I'm at. So it's a hot spot that, it's a hit and miss. Same reason my phone reception sucks too.
Now you done turn rabbit on.
What I do?
He's giving you all the beads. Every single bead he has.
All the beads. Oh yeah. Got my sexy camo. That's what did it. It's the sexy camo jacket with the fur line stuff I got at the Walmart. When I came up here and left I couldn't find my hoodie. I had to go to the men's section to get a really warm one. And I love this thing. I live in it. It's awesome.
I found that so funny. I got it at the Walmart.
Yeah. Rabbit, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to wear the sexy camo jacket out of the men's department.
God. I don't even know how we're going to be able to keep a straight face tonight.
Yeah.
You really don't buy anything.
Well, I don't know about y'all. I mean, I'm from a really small town, so it was a big deal when you got the Walmart. Yeah. When
I still remember the old Walmart that we had. and now it's where Lowe's is now, but different air direction.
Yeah, did Walmart move? Because that's what they did. They were across the highway, and then they moved. They built a new building across the highway.
Well, you know why they do that?
Why?
Because of tax exemptions and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So they get, or incentives.
Well, they may not. They also built a Murphy Oil in the front. They may not been allowed to build that in the other
They
one.
still got an incentive. Look, I popped again. I'm telling you, every time I use this
it became Tractor Supply.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but little stuff goes out of business.
Read what Rabbit said.
We'll buy any of that stuff.
What?
Put your glasses on.
I got the ugly glasses. Let me see. You did, Tambra? Awesome.
That's not what you were supposed to read.
No.
What men?
She's still looking for the kid's new daddy.
That's right. That's the joke. I was telling her earlier. That was always the joke with my kids, because my kids are way grown. But I was like, Mama's out trying to find y'all a new daddy. I don't tell them anymore because I'm not really out looking for them a new daddy. But
yeah, we were just talking. We were talking about our kids and that kind of thing. And oh Lordy, I love my son, and I know my son loves me, and they appreciate me, and I really appreciate that relationship. Mm-hmm. But if something happened to Garen, I was telling her, I don't know what I'm going to do. It's going to be a fight, because he's going to be having me sell everything and moving down with them and that kind of thing.
And that's why I told her, you don't let him run your life. You just say, no, son, I'm out looking for your new daddy.
Yeah, that's how that came up. I think my son would have a heart attack.
Mine knows it's a joke. I guess that's the difference.
Well, he'd probably my son, I think he would take it maybe serious for a minute, unless what kind of mood he was in. Then he'd probably come back with something else. Because I told him, I said, well, Skane's may be here for Thanksgiving. Are you okay with that? Because kids and everybody's going to be here. And he's like, well, I don't know, Mom. He says, I'm an awful sexy beast. Is she gonna be able for me to tell her to get off of me and don't touch me? And I'm a taken man and that kind of thing. And he just kept going and going. I was like, son, I cannot talk to you anymore. I have to go. Hey, stop it. So he's that kind of mind. It's funny.
Yeah. I mean, he's safe. I have a deal with my daughter. I'm not allowed to date nobody younger than her. She's my oldest. That was a deal we made a long time ago. She said, I don't care, Mom. Just don't be going out with somebody my age or younger.
Yeah.
She said, okay. I said, okay.
Yeah.
Except that one time. No, I'm just kidding.
Cooking with my visas. Everyone is hurting so bad with inflation. I went to the store the other day. I got a little bag of groceries for
$95.
$95.
Yeah, that's about right. Sounds about right. And it's pretty bad. I did see after Trump got elected, their carts at Sam's Club are getting a little more fuller than what they were now. When Trump was in office before, it was nothing for me to have a flatbed and two grocery carts and that kind of thing. I'm filling one, then going to the other. Just can't do that anymore.
Yeah, I didn't even renew my Sam's because it's like I can't afford to go in there and buy 10 items.
We don't buy
and not to mention Sam's is not. It's like 45 minutes to an hour from me where I'm at now.
Yeah, Tamara, I don't care about a man anymore. Done.
You do need community.
Yeah.
We don't buy too much groceries because we do everything else. But Independent has a question. Does everyone in your community homestead?
Yes and no, if that makes sense. We have new people that are coming in. So they're in transition, right? So what we like to say is that everyone is at the same goal, but at a different stage in their goal.
Right.
And so we've got, for example, we have one couple that is renting a house right now and building their house on their land. Eventually, the idea is once all that's done, they will be homesteading and doing that kind of thing. But for right now, no, they're not really homesteading. That's why I'm their private chef right now.
Right.
Then you have other people that are still in the state that they're in, and then they fly in and they're working on their home and doing that kind of thing. So it just kind of depends. Now, if you need a transition spot and that kind of thing, most of the time you are going to land on one of the homesteaders' land. And so when that happens, then sometimes if you're not building a house, you don't have something to do and that kind of thing, and you're just there maybe looking for land or doing that kind of thing, then most everybody is pretty gracious and they'll offer to help. They won't wait until 6:30 at night to ask if they can help with chores when you're already done. So that was not games.
No, I have to say the last couple of times I've had some nearly what is a turnaround trip up here. Mm-hmm. So normally I help out. I think I was talking to B. B was talking about because I said you do understand the reason that you have people from the deep south coming in. That's just how we do things. When you stay at somebody's house.
Well, anybody with manners, that's what they do.
Right. And you help out. You do the dishes, you offer to help with dinner, you clean off the table, whatever it is, chores, whatever that needs to be done. That's just how we roll.
Yeah.
And but I mean she did say, well, that ain't true.
Who said that ain't true?
Not of everybody.
So you have to remember, and I'm not going to throw anything out, but you also have to remember that they have different people coming in there. So you have speakers and that kind of
they have people from all over the country. Then it's different.
I would say nobody take that out of context because you have people that are you have people that are only coming in temporarily for a day or 2 or 3 days and that kind of thing. And then we got stuff in there. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, no, I mean like Silver Lining, for instance, she does a lot.
She does a lot.
She helps out a lot. But she's also for the South. And
I'm glad you're so perky about that because I'm telling you, I think. Of course, I don't know. I haven't really had any good experience except for one.
Mike, I think you might have been a chef.
Works not fish and teach.
What?
He was saying, guess what he did for a living?
No idea.
Yeah.
Well, you could
cooking
take that. Cooking with Mike. Well, now there's a couple ways that could roll.
I didn't even think about that. Oh, sweet, like a porn star?
Like a pole dancer? That's what I was thinking. Magic Mike.
He's like, what did I used to do? I mean, he could be cooking now.
Well, either one, you were a chef or you were a pole dancer. We don't know. If you have to tell us.
I'm a pole dancer.
We don't go to that level on here.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was ladies' night. I can't help these dudes keep coming in.
Now things Skeins cannot say.
Yeah, really.
Nothing Skeins can't say.
Oh my god.
So
I've come to the conclusion.
Did he say what he did? I didn't see
No,
that.
not yet.
Oh, okay. Well, we're waiting, Mike.
Now you want the answer?
Now
he's gonna
answer.
Yeah, so he's gonna leave you hanging for a little bit.
It was a tease. So maybe it was the other. What?
He said, give me a link.
Give you a link?
No. Nope, it's ladies' night. So
you got a wig? You
no. Be careful with that. That's what All American has been threatening.
Oh, okay.
He's ready to put on a dress and a wig and get rid of that computer. Lord, we'd never be able to
I don't know who Ernie is. I'm Ernesta. I'm Ernesta from Southern Florida.
Give me a super chat. I'll do anything.
What you got to do, I'll tell you how you do that. You take your phone and you sneak outside, and then you just get on.
Different Rabbit now. See what you started? Rabbit says, I can do a mean pole dance, but I digress.
Is that a pole or a pole bean dance? Which one is that? We are talking about homestead. Oh, wait.
Actually, a new market of videos, fans only. We could grow the green beans and get the stalks and everything going. We could even do the 3 sisters with the green beans, the squash and all of that. Yeah. Put everybody in tight cowboy jeans, or we do the short shorts and then cowboy boots and no shirt. Make sure they're all stacked, and we just film them dancing around.
That's right, pole dancing.
All American. He keeps on saying he wants to do a fans only, but I won't let him.
I told Garen I would do a fans only. I mean, like all I have to do is go ahead and put on a skirt, some high heels, and then carry my little duster and dust and keep cooking the way that I cook. Like there's the whole fans only right there. You know, do my hair like 1950s. And he's like, don't you dare.
I love those. I love those shorts that Nicole was doing. You know, where she would, what was she doing? She would do
Nicole's house?
Yeah, Nicole's house. You didn't see her shorts? That she was doing, hey. And she would go, hey. And she'd stop out, let me show you. Yeah. You know what the ones I was talking about? Yeah.
But till then,
it was, I'm trying to think of one in particular, but what it was really referring to is something to do with homesteading.
Yeah.
You know, but she would come on with a little polka dot blouse and, hey, you want to see my pole beans? Yeah. Or, you know, hey, you want to see how my maters are growing? You know, or that kind of thing. I thought they were pretty cute.
Yeah. This is why when we go to festivals and parties and that kind of thing, and we all get together, this is why we all have so much fun, because everybody's just a goof.
Yeah.
We're constantly working and constantly doing something. Constantly something is going wrong at 1 a.m., 3 a.m., and that kind of crap. You're out in the middle of the pasture screaming SOB and all kinds of crap, yelling at all the animals, the sheep and goats, telling them how stupid they are. Shut up. You're not really hungry and that kind of thing. Because you know that you fed them at one point. We get frustrated. And so when we can get together, we can just let go.
Well, laughter is the best medicine.
Yeah.
You know, I joke around a lot, but laughter, it's good. It's physically good for you. It actually is healing, not only to your soul, but your body. It can be a really good release. You know, haven't y'all ever had that thing where you've had a long, bad day and somebody just makes you just bust out laughing? And you feel better. So it's good for you.
Yeah.
Cooking with Mike B said that he did movie trailer.
You did movie trailer?
He was trying to do that. I think he was trying to show us that. He was trying to get you to give him a wrench so that he could come in and then put that movie trailer. I don't know what it is. I haven't seen it, and I would never approve something. Just Mike, no offense. I would never approve something like that on my channel unless I have seen it first. And so most people will send me a link and then they will say, hey, view this. Do you mind if I go ahead and post that on there? And that's how we roll here. Now, All American and Little Miss Prepper, that is up to you on your channel. So
I got to view it first.
Yeah, we got to view it first as well.
Yeah, go ahead and turn them off if you don't mind. No, I can smell them. They're done. And then they'll be smoking for a little bit too. So yeah, they've been on 2 hours, so they're good. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll have to view it.
Well, I'm not going to look at it tonight, but I will look at it. So email it over, or G's going to look at it, one of the two. So we'll look at it and then decide whether or not you can put it on the next one on our channel. So, but again, that really is Little Miss Prepper's call. So
yeah,
figure that one out. But oh, he says I just need 1 minute. I don't do it, Ashley. So, but yeah, sometimes you get things that you think are going to be good, and everybody says they're like-minded and that kind of thing, and then we get to laughing and having a good time and all that.
Oh, you're not a troll.
Yeah, because I called him a troll last time.
Oh. But you don't know that, and your channel can get in a ton of trouble. Because we
have had so much. Yeah. Oh my gosh, we even went through a spout, and I'm sure Ashley, you did too. And finally, they were able to put some kind of hold down on it, and But remember getting all that spam with all that porn and that kind of thing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't seen that in a while, which I'm glad, and I hope it doesn't come back.
Yeah.
People set you up.
Oh, yeah. And people set you up, too.
Oh, yeah. Well,
yeah.
one night I was the only wrench on y'all's channel, and it was like being in the Wild Wild West.
Mhm.
I was just what I told her. I said, "Holy cow!" I was so glad when somebody else showed up to help me. It was crazy.
Yeah.
You had some more?
Oh, cutting up the elk. I shot this morning.
Oh,
I would love some elk.
Tambra needs some frankincense. She mentioned this to me a few weeks ago, and I'm sorry, Tambra, it slipped my mind.
Oh, Tambra,
and how to send you money.
Yeah, so I'll get your phone number from Skeins and I'll send it to you through Cash App if you got Cash App. If not, we can do several different ways, and then I can send that with you. You're gonna want it before us to leave because it's gonna be gone after that. And with the way things are going and trucks not showing up and that kind of thing, I'm not sure we're going to be able to refill for a while. So, but already my DMSO, some of the orders that I did, it's pre-order status. I don't know when I'm going to get them.
She has PayPal.
Mine. Well, I split.
We have PayPal. I don't like it. I may have to charge her a little bit more tax for sure, and because
and she has Cash App.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's do Cash App. Then that way you don't have any extra fees and tax and that kind of crap. And then when you put your note in there, just say barter or whatever. I don't know. Sorry. Yeah, sorry to hear that. That stinks.
It sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, very much. Lucy, I'm the troublemaker. Gotta watch my PS and my QS. LOL. As you're really Skeins is the troublemaker. We'll see what happens after this one.
That's because Lucy is who I want to be when I grow up. That's why, so I'm following her example.
She's ready to take a road trip like you did, Ashley, up to Canada. Go check that out.
Yeah.
I'd wait till you get up here, though. It'll be much closer.
Oh, well, yeah.
But I keep threatening we can get them if we got some canoes or something like that. We could smuggle them over the lake and get them in here. If it's good enough for Mexico, it's good enough for Canada. We can do that.
I don't know about that.
Oh yeah, then we'll get her down here and she'll get deported. Dang it.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait until there's another Democrat in office, I guess.
Hey, you only got till January 6th, Terminator.
Oh goodness.
Because
January.
You know 6th, what I'm drinking, Terminator.
January 6th, they're gonna end up deporting everybody. Like they're serious about this.
It's got to come before then. That's what
then she's gonna get deported.
No, people won't know she's illegal. That's what you have to understand.
They will.
No, they won't.
No, yeah, they will.
They won't because people have a predisposed idea of what an illegal alien looks like in our country. But we have illegal aliens from all over the world.
Yeah.
Not just Hispanics from the South side.
Sure.
And people come in legally many times and they overstay their school visas, work visas, visitor visas, and then they just never get them renewed and they just stay in the country. And a lot of people don't notice them, but don't realize that they're illegal.
Yeah. Well, good, Lucy. Good. I know they're looking for a new car. They got to figure something out. But yeah, good. And
then Rabbit says you need to put a little bit of bourbon in that lemonade.
No, she doesn't need bourbon in there.
No. we don't. Don't you know Rabbit gave me tequila when we first got in here? We don't mix bourbon and tequila.
And Tamara says
101.
Tamara says January 6th is her birthday.
Yeah. Is the inauguration, is it January 6th? Is it always January 6th? I can't imagine it's always January 6th. Yeah. I think it's a certain day of the week out of the year. I'm not sure about that. I'll have to
No.
look that
I
up.
think it's January 6th.
Look it up. You got your phone
On
on
the
you?
20th.
Yeah, look it up. Just go inauguration 2025. Oh, you can't reach it.
To me.
It's not going to come to you that way. You do not have, what is it?
Telepathy?
Telepathy.
You don't know. I might have secret powers.
That is so funny.
Let me see. But I can't see. I don't have that secret power. All right.
There you go. Now you can see.
Yeah, let me see here.
Yeah, and so
Zoom tonight.
what?
And inauguration is January 20th.
Don't be talking to HG. HG should be on here if he wants to talk to
David
you. You're looking up something else.
David hosts Zoom calls, so he can't.
Rabbit says more tequila shots.
Woohoo!
I don't think the scene glass qualifies.
This is the new glass. I just got up and fixed the new one.
Was it?
Okay. What? Let's see. What we're looking up.
I think it's going to happen.
Okay.
Oh, January 6th.
Yeah, January 6th.
Let me just
Yeah.
look
So
up
what was that date that All American just threw out?
What date? Oh, no, I seen it on here. January 20th.
Yeah.
It's inauguration.
Yeah, Devil Dog said it.
Maybe
So
January-
they're gonna make him wait 3 weeks longer. They're just gonna try to make sure that everybody can
I think what it
assassinate
is
him before he goes in.
The January 6th is the day that they validate the vote.
Yeah, it says
Then they are
select-
sworn in on the 20th of January.
Well,
That's the same
look
every
at
year.
your computer. Don't
the same
think
every
let's
year.
get facts and figure that one
No,
out.
let's spread that misinformation or disinformation shit. That's what I want to do. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. All right. Inauguration Day covers is every 4 years on January 20th. So it's always on January 20th. And then they, the presidential.
Oh, is that maybe that's their transitioning day and that kind of thing?
It's the day that they go in and validate the vote. It's not called validate though. Somebody help me out here. Certify. Yes. That's when each, when the vice president goes in over the session and
that makes sense. That's why they're all still bitching about the vote not being fair and it's not as far away. It's closer.
Oh no,
than
it was so close. It was so close.
All right, got it.
It wasn't even close.
Yeah.
All right, Independence having to go. So bye, Independent. Have a good evening.
Independent.
Bye. Good seeing you, girl.
But with everything that's going on, I mean, everybody needs to prepare for whatever may come.
Yes. It might be getting crazy.
All American, of course, is always preparing for violence anyway.
Well, and this is what we're talking about. So it was very interesting to us. I know we said something about it Tuesday. I might have said something about it Monday, but I'm going to reiterate. It appears that more repeaters can be reached right now. It could be that it's fall, the leaves are falling, that kind of thing. Everybody is building up their comms. And so communications. And so when you can get those radios together and get everything programmed in with whatever group that you're with, know what repeaters are in there, what's working and that kind of thing. And that's how you're going to keep that open. And so we're working on that and hopefully getting ready to merge 2 different groups into the same communication and that kind of thing. So,
mezcal? No. Mezcal tastes like dirty sock smell.
Hang on, sorry, we're on communications. What'd he say, Ashley?
That they'll probably be using drones to put communication
with jammers
on them.
So this is why you need a ham radio. And then somebody that we know in the group is actually working through that problem now, has successfully worked through that problem, and we are actually and we are actually trying to get every single one that he can make as fast as he can make them in everybody's hands. So G is in the middle of that, and they tried it out and it worked. And $35 for the kit, like no big deal. And it's small; you can't even see it. So
he was asking for a link. I don't think we have it.
We're not going to give you a link. So stop it.
No. Oh,
No, we are
I
not.
thought he was asking for a link to the thing for the.
Well, then he can learn how to use YouTube, and then we know he's not a bot or a troll, right? So it's a thing.
Oh,
Ashley, is it a thing?
It's a thing.
So,
okay.
Yeah, you don't just throw them out there.
No,
Next thing you know, so she's getting ready to start her videos and stuff of what she's doing, I think. Are you going to get ready?
Yeah.
Just so she can show how the women can do it and doing all that. You have to be very careful with that because you start sending links out. We'll have trolls all up and down in here. It'll be nasty.
I've been training so hard, getting everything ready.
Yeah.
Trees. Rabbit.
Rabbit, you're so talented. I probably could even hit one.
We can hit a roof. We can for sure hit a roof. What else have we hit? Who knows? I mean, it's just a mess around here. Yeah, see, it can't even spell the last part, right? So don't say it out loud because it will fix itself. So don't say it out loud.
Yeah, Tambra, yeah, they do. All three of the guys. But yeah, I mean, even All American, he's been busy with all kind of crap. He hasn't been on doing anything.
I haven't have time for YouTube.
I know you've been like doing all kind of stuff.
Yeah, me too. It traveling up and down, loading the trailer, unloading the trailer, getting plans together, and I'm kind of behind even since I've been here, and I got to make every minute count that I'm here. So
train.
Blue Butterfly. You probably don't see some of them in the chat because some of them are on Yoda's channel.
Yeah.
And then some are on our channel.
Yeah.
Now's the time to be training.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody needs to be training, get yourself in shape, all that kind of good stuff.
Your basic.
See, it gives you a generic answer back to what we said. So you don't say it out loud. Okay. So those are the things you got to watch for. And it takes, I don't know, what's it taken us now? Over a month or two to figure that's what that is.
Mm-hmm.
So, but, yeah.
I think there's going to be power outages and everything.
Yeah. They're already talking about that. And so if you're doing that, like I said, everybody needs to go to empshield.com. I don't care if you want to use, I don't even know if Tag's got a coupon code. I might have to ask him. Coupon code, all capitals, Grumpy. You'll get $50 off of each device that you order. Buy what you can when you can. But the first thing you want to do is make sure that you have one on your house. Second thing you want to make sure, and if you can afford both, make sure you have one on your main vehicle. The vehicle you are going to use to get the hell out of there. So your van, Ashley, you guys are going to need one.
Yeah, I wrote down that website. I haven't been able to go look at them yet.
Well,
but yeah.
I'm going to have G look and see what we've got. For some reason, I'm thinking we have one. So, but I could be wrong. And if I am wrong, I can have somebody pick it up. It just means your package is going to come later. So I will try to get that together and he just hasn't had time. It's been getting dark so early and so much to do. So I will get with him and have him go through that box. I actually may know where that box is. Maybe I can go through it and see what's there. But we need to get that on the van, because if we don't get it on the van, if we have anything like they're talking about and the grid going down, you guys ain't going nowhere.
I know. Tamara says that she has an EMP shield on her house and can be a plus for selling this place.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And at more than face value what you bought it for. We did that with our house in Pleasant Hill. I feel so ashamed about that, but really not. Well, when you're part of the company, right? I mean, an investor, you don't pay for that stuff. And so,
but it did
added a lot of value. And so not like a lot, but it did add value, and it made the house to be more sought out. But Tamara, you need to make sure that you advertise that when you're selling it. You also need to make sure that you have all of the military testing. You can literally download that and print it right off the website. It's all on there. And have the real estate agent, or if you do it for sale by owner or whatever, have that part of the package to make sure that you add that in there, because once they read that, they're pretty much sold. So when we put ours up for sale, we were sitting in a Mexican restaurant from 11 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock at night. We weren't sure we were going to be able to go home, and the house was sold by midnight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, over asking.
Before the storm.
I know Blue Butterfly, that I despise this new time.
They really need to get rid of it. And so we were over trying to get the freeze dryer going. It's out at the milk barn and doing all that. We were trying to get all that stuff set up. And freaking Daisy, man, she'll plow you over. And she's like, I'm ready to be milked. And so she trudges through the gate, and it didn't matter that Cowboy and I were standing right there. She's like, where's my food? Because she gets fed during milking. And so, you know, she was coming in whether she wanted it or not. So finally it became time that she could do it. And but before that, she was like, moo. And
oh yeah, she kept trying. She's like, I'm hungry and I need you to milk me now.
Yeah. Yeah, the animals have a hard time. What is that?
It's a new toy he got.
Uh-oh. He's gonna be whacking in the bush. Oh, I shouldn't have said it that way. Sorry. He's gonna be able to remove weeds and get everything out of his way.
Things Yoda can't say.
Yeah, really, man.
I can't even believe I caught that. Like, that was fast.
Yeah, you've been hanging out with me too long.
It's terrible.
That's my new toy.
Yeah.
Oh, well. But yeah, that's pretty sweet. Where do you find that?
Well, sometimes, Campbell, people need to help themselves too.
This is good for close quarter combat.
He likes those type of toys.
They don't jam, they don't run out of ammunition, and they work great in the dark.
Right. You know, we piss off all American. Don't comment on what I said. I caught it later. This is kind of a Yoda thing. I'm a little slow on some days. my mouth works a little faster than my brain. Or that was bad too.
I work as a bouncer. I don't get pissed.
They're both just
Wait a minute. Stop.
Don't go there.
I'm gonna keep her from digging that hole. She keeps digging her a hole.
Yeah.
I work as a bouncer. I don't get mad.
I will help you any ways I can.
There is a world of hurt coming. Everybody needs to enjoy this calm before the storm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And are they planning? Oh, dang. Mm-hmm. I mean, from what I'm hearing, it's going to be nasty.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? For once, I hope so, because I'm ready to get down and dirty.
He's like, now this is what I'm
is. Yeah, I think everybody is, and I think that's part of the problem, because they know they figured out on election day we are pissed off enough, and they got enough people, and this is why they're saying the vote is actually closer than what everybody thinks it was on the original count, because they're trying to get you not to fight, because there's not the 3%ers there, and I think that's what they're doing. I think they're gonna come in, they're gonna try it. But I don't know. Now I know if I see a blue-haired, tattooed, bald, whatever
they don't have blue hair anymore because they're all shaving their heads.
Well, right. And so now I know if I see that, I just got to look for a tattoo, and I know those are the ones I'm going to take out first. So there's that.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm bald-headed and I got tattoos now.
No. This is the specific tattoo, so they can identify.
Right, so they can identify.
They're asking men to do it too.
Well, they're besides shaving their head, and what it would do, they would be able to say, they would see us walking and know, hey, y'all are not one of us.
Mm-hmm.
That would identify others that feel the same way they do. And what they don't realize, the very thing they're talking about, the other Americans that voted for Trump, I mean, they're basically almost like a cult.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
what they're trying to create.
Right. But they don't understand that. They project that onto others. And but they can't see what they're actually doing. And some of the stuff they're talking about doing is like, yeah, and go ahead. How does that hurt anything? So you're going to remain celibate for the next 4 years. Great. Please don't reproduce idiots like yourself. Hey, that's such a, oh, that upset me so bad. There's just all kinds of stuff they're doing. It's very immature. And then it's not anything that's going to cause me to go, whatever. I think you're a Looney Tune, basically. That you would allow something like that to control you like that.
They ain't seem crazy.
The breakdowns and everything else, literally they have most of the world laughing at them right now because, they're the biggest joke in the world. And yeah, you're on my lap, not hers. And they're the biggest joke in the world. And they don't get it. And then they're all mad. Why do you think this is funny and that kind of thing? Because you look like an idiot. That's why. You wanted to stand out. You did this to yourself so you could say, just like we were talking about job interviews and all that, tattoos all over your face and that kind of thing. If you're not a tattoo artist and you've got all that, and now you're going to try to work at Marshall's or whatever, you really think that somebody's going to hire you?
50 face
piercings.
Yeah.
And Grumpy actually has a saying about that. I will say Kiri is different. She's the exception to the rule. However, she's also honest with you. And so, but that's her business to tell and that kind of thing. But Grumpy you can look at somebody and see how many piercings they have in their face and that kind of thing and know how disturbed they are.
I love snatching them piercings out.
There's a crazy for the nose ring, a crazy for the implants here and there and there and there, crazy for the lip. Now, Kiri doesn't have all that.
Seen the price of gold?
Person. However, I am curious. And now, so she's at Jack Spiricos and doing the class and all that. Right. So she's doing that. So I am curious. And when we get some downtime, I do need to call her because I got to know if she's going to dye her hair a different color. She was like my favorite blue-haired person. The only one that I could ever trust.
Haven't I also seen her with green?
She had green at one time or purple or something. Maybe Amanda may have had purple. I'm not sure. But, these two girls, they are not libtards. These two girls, they're rough, tough Trump. They're conservative homesteaders doing all that. And, man, can they do some business. And they can help you build your business. They got a lot of ideas. And they got some colored hair. Those are the two. So don't be judgmental when you meet some of these people.
Only if they're bald. Only if they've shaved their head.
Grumpy is bald.
No, I'm talking about women.
But they're asking men to do it now, too.
Oh, they're not asking men. They don't want nothing to do with men. They're men. They're man haters.
No, they're asking men, too.
Well, whatever.
Of course, he's not a fancy.
The question is,
he's not a fancy
I was just to say, are they really men?
Yeah, he's not a fancy pant. He's not.
But I have also seen the men. Have y'all seen the men video?
Do something with your stupid cat.
Where they're crying about.
They can't go to Thanksgiving now.
I'll color in the tackle.
I grabbed her paw. She's right over there. Grabbed her paws and made sure she couldn't kill me.
She's not going to kill you. She ain't big enough to kill you.
Oh, do you realize there's a dog now jumping in my lap?
Because Kitty tried to get it.
Well, no, because you're calling Kitty. So these are the things when you have guests that they don't understand that you have animals that are stupid.
Well, and then here's the other one. Now you got one. Now the other one showed up.
If you remember that Little Miss Prepper is a dog groomer, and so she loves the puppies being in the camera. The dog knows this, and so they're going to get yes. They're going to get yes, just like that. They're going to be
prepare.
Dogs want to just want to be in the so too. Yes.
Yeah,
There's a world of hurt. There's a war coming. It's going to be, if you're ready, you'll survive. If you're not ready, you're not.
Yeah, and you got to prepare. Like I've got backups for my backups for my backups for my backups. You can't, don't rely on any one thing to get you through something.
Yeah.
You better make sure that you have multiple ways to do different things and learn how to actually use whatever it is you've gotten to do those things with.
Practice.
Yes.
And there's a dry shoot tool that you can use. I'm actually talking about getting one. I can't remember the name of it though. So you can put this little laser on your gun and you can shoot with a dry fire. And it'll actually keep score on what you're targeting and then how you're shooting and that kind of thing. It's like $100 and some odd dollars, something like that. We're actually talking. I told G, I said, I really need one of these.
Yeah.
Especially now with tendonitis and that kind of thing. I may have to switch over to my left hand.
The other thing is don't waste your ammo.
Right. That too.
Because it's.
Get a bunch of it.
We get the Republican back in, we're going to have ammo. So,
well, yeah, and you better stock up on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly just how all Americans said, stock up on it.
Yeah, you better start stocking up on what you got. I'm not I think Tamara mentioned earlier she was worried about me because she knows that like some of my stuff I need to practice with because I'm not real familiar with it. I grew up hunting. I'm more of a rifle shotgun kind of girl. Not a pew thing. So that's what I got to work on.
I don't think, okay, so here, I think you'd be all right. So, we have enough people from the military here
that'll be able to help.
They're expert shots.
Yeah.
And so when they're marksmen like that, when they do that, there's a lot of them that are actually going to tell you they're going to do the long distance shots.
Right.
And so, but they will also teach you the shorter shots and that kind of thing. I think you got plenty of people to train you on that.
Well,
here. We just haven't done a range day in a while.
Yeah, the rifles and stuff like that. That is for long distance. You're not going to get in a rifle fight inside your house. That'd be stupid.
You do a shotgun fight inside your house.
Well, it won't be a fight. That'll just be
a
boom and a boom. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Garen told me a long time ago. And so any ladies out here or something that you should know, always have a 20 gauge shotgun on you and loaded, ready to go. Of course, out of the way of children, let's be responsible here and that kind of thing. But you can have it ready to go because if somebody enters your house, that shotgun, when all of that shot goes out, it is not going to penetrate walls. So if you have children and other people sleeping in their bedrooms, you're not going to have anything that goes through the entire wall and hurt somebody else in the house. You're only taking out
like
that
my brother
suspect.
Said, just because you're not a great shot with the little one.
Oh, it spreads.
But at close range, it will do the job, and you don't have to be a good shot. If somebody came in on top of you, they're less likely to wrestle that out off of you as they would if you're carrying something big.
Right.
The thing is, don't ever let them in.
A lot of people, everybody knows that that's a universal language. Everybody knows what that sounds like, and a lot of people.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised with stupid people. I'm telling you,
right?
Especially when they need food and math and that kind of thing.
And Moose, that is a great idea. I'm going to tell you what. I was 7 years old when my dad started.
She is not used to you talking. You have to let her finish.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. And a lot of people, when they play in those video games, they have like shotguns and you hear the shotgun there. So, all these young people that still play video games that are not young no more, they know what that sound is playing all those video games.
True.
Go ahead.
Well, Moose Man could come up here and train some women because God knows our husbands should not be training us. And then Garen does not try to train me. And Tag is the only one that can actually talk to me. And I may be crying, I may be having a breakdown and all this. And Tag will actually look at me and I say, I just want to cuss at you right now. And he'll look at me and he says, go ahead, get it out. And then I'm like, I do it. You're the biggest asshole. I cried. And he goes, okay, now put the paper over your right eye and learn how to shoot with your left eye. in your left hand. And he's actually the one that taught me to do that. So I know I can do rifle that way. But I have not done pistol with my left hand.
Oh,
And with that recoil, what I'm worried about with my wrist and everything that's going on, that would hurt me and put me down.
Yeah.
I drop the gun, and somebody's going to use that and come back.
Then I would, if it was that case with your hand the way it is right now, I would go back to an old American Revolution issue where it says, "Don't shoot till you see the whites of their eyes."
22.
But yeah, it would have to be.
Because you're only going to get the one. Because once you do it and you use that hand, you're done.
I'm done. Because they're going to take my weapon. And
because you ain't going to be able to do it. Yeah, you're not going to be able to do anything once you do it the first time.
Girl, I agree. I know.
And then also a 22 with stingers.
Really? Okay.
And then also learning to shoot with both eyes open.
Yeah, so I can do that well. So I have done that because a friend of mine, we used to do girls' lunch all the time. We go to the shooting range at Bass Pro Shop, and then we would have lunch and do all that.
That's how I shoot.
What? Both eyes open.
Both eyes open.
Okay.
Oh yeah, both eyes open.
So, but we would practice. Well, that's weird because you're doing long distance. So that's great that you've got that eyesight to do that. I don't.
Well,
so I'm one eye or the other.
I have to practice though because I had LASIK surgery done like
you have
5 or 6 years ago. Yeah, I used to be nearsighted. Now I'm farsighted. I can't see squat up close.
Oh, you're gonna have to retrain.
But I did go in and test out a couple of ARs, and I mentioned that, and the guy's like, "Well, look, here." Aim out here. Tell me what you see. And he's like, "Oh no, I think you do fine."
On this has a 22.
It said an AR is the same run as a 22.
Right. Are you talking about a long range?
Have you never shot an AR?
Yes, I have. No, I don't have one, but I have shot other people.
So we had targets.
I like them.
So we had a target. One of the ranges we shot on had a 260 yard dot on it. And so we would actually take the ARs and then go out there and shoot that 260 yards. So you can get long distance with it. So that's what I'm saying. You need to retrain.
Yeah, I'm trying to think that.
I would not. Sorry for the language, guys, but I would not want to have to pay for that ammo right now because it's not 8 cents anymore.
No,
around. I think it's like what's 5.56 is what now 28 cents a piece, something like that.
Well, I paid more. I think I paid more than that for the last time I bought the 380.
Yeah, but that would have been sooner. But you need to practice with the AR because you want to go long distance, right?
Yeah. Well, I have a 22 rifle. Will get me.
That's not going to go as far as an AR. That's not going to get you to
one. But first, I got to get moved. Moving is a priority.
Well, we'll talk about that later.
Getting a safe location.
We may have a way to hook you up, so we'll see about that. But
I do great with one of those because it's like a.
Oh, look! So I didn't even realize that. I haven't priced it, lady. 50 cents per bullet.
Holy cow!
We were grabbing that. I kid you not. We were grabbing that when Trump was in office. Shoot, they had Lake City had friends and family discount. And we spent thousands of dollars as a group getting the ammo, like the entire car. G wasn't sure he was going to get home. He thought there was going to be sparks because the car was like upside down. And so we got those. And I think at that point when he did that, I want to say it was like 7 or 9 cents around. So for that, but yeah, so all the way up to 50 cents.
50 cents.
Thank you, Biden administration, because that's about when that ended. So
wow,
there's the May 22 was.
I know. Oh, sorry, Ernie, go ahead.
It's okay. What did you say?
Don't underestimate a 22 with stingers.
Oh, 22. Listen, I know.
I need to get me some of those.
I know some people will. You're going to have to get with a few people. I'm not going to tell you on air, but you need to get with a few people. A sniper can take anybody out with a 22.
Yeah, I'm a good shot with a rifle.
No, you're not a sniper. You need training.
I know I need training and stuff, but or I used to be. Don't know since that.
Yeah.
The I know Tamber has that little bitty crossbow. We were supposed to play with it when I went to her house and didn't.
We have this one crossbow. It is so cute. It's like this big.
Yeah, she's got that little bitty one.
Yeah.
Only a redneck would say, I got this crossbow. That is so cute. We do that at Christmas. We're like, holy crap, a new ham radio antenna. This is awesome. Thank you. Or, oh, this gun is amazing. And that kind of thing. You don't hear that every day from a lot of people.
It was probably better. Tamara and I didn't go out and do any practicing when I was at her house because we was drinking some of her homemade grape wine she makes.
Oh no, she
makes slushy in the freezer. No,
you don't
we didn't
shoot nothing when you're drinking. Not at all. That's why you gotta think about that kind of stuff too. So when things really go down and you got to start taking shifts and doing all that kind of thing, you got to start thinking who's a morning person, who's a evening person, who's a night person. And then you need to designate those roles accordingly.
Yeah.
But you also got to understand, okay, so you're right. Like you said, and I heard that. I think I heard it right because you got to sleep. And then what you got to do, you got to figure out, I'm not on duty this day. Now that person gets to go drink, but you make sure they're in a safe place, right? They're doing, but they don't have their gun with them, and they've got to know that everybody else has their back, right? And so, yeah, you can relax a little bit, but don't get carried away. Don't cause any problems. Don't start shooting. Remember the old cowboy movies? Cowboys would get drunk and they come in and start shooting in the air.
Just even like on Tombstone, he was shooting at the moon.
Yeah. That'll give your position away faster than ever. You just don't do that. You got to keep that. Well, because as they drink, right, the liquid courage is what we called it as kids. So, they get that liquid courage and they'll do stupid stuff because they can't think straight.
Right.
So you got to make sure that you have some kind of containment area for those people.
Sure. First of all, you should have been taught that with gun safety. In the beginning.
But you got to understand they're drinking, right?
Right.
And so that they're, you have to make sure that they're going to comply with that rule before you put them in there. So there needs to be maybe a checkout section.
If they're in your community, you should kind of already know some of that. We hope that by that point.
What if you get attacked while you're drunk?
Well, I understand that that's a risk, and that's why I'm saying you got to make sure you have enough people. So what if you get attacked while you're drunk? Yeah, you need to be responsible for that. But we also know everybody's got their vices, right? And it's going to be stressful. You're going to have people that are high. You're going to, as far as stoned and that kind of thing. And you're going to have people that are drinking. Now, whether they're drunk or not, I don't care, a few drinks or whatever. That still alters some of that thinking, the capability of shooting and that
your
kind of thing.
Time,
a couple of puffs or whatever that happens. And so you have to have a containment, I think. Or just say if you want to choose that vice, you're on your own. Maybe but, so. I don't know. We haven't come across that yet, so I'm not really sure. But
hey, Rosie.
Rose. But I don't know. We haven't had to deal with that one yet. I'm gonna say it's pretty safe, too safe for everybody in our community that I know. I've been around. I've hung around. We'll have alcohol, but the alcohol is going to be for medicine. It's not going to be for anybody to sit down and get drunk.
No,
and
I was just going to say, it's not like the movies where they celebrate for some reason and everybody gets drunk, and then that's when the neighboring marauders attack.
Right.
Yeah.
We may have somebody that has valuable knowledge that needs to have, there's somebody that we know that knows somebody that almost can't function without drinking.
Right.
And so
I worked with a cook at Denny's like that couldn't function. He was an alcoholic so bad we used to have to go get him a couple of beers so he could function.
But they may have enough information about gardening or about something that you may need.
Or you've got people with ADD and other things like that
we're working on that.
Helps them.
We're working on that.
To help them focus.
Caleb actually has that under control. Callie has that under control. It's just a matter of growing everything and getting the right dosage because it's not a heavy dose, it's a light dose.
Right.
And so So we've got that under control. I'm not going to say it because I don't want anything.
When they come up with the one that fixed squirreliness, you let me know.
This might actually. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But they're going to have to test it too. So be a guinea pig. So she'll be a guinea pig. Anybody will
They
test
can
it.
test. Yeah, they can test me out to see if it helps with the squirrely.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I have all the symptoms of like ADHD, but I don't have ADHD.
But yeah, and then I
Sometimes.
would think you would also in each community determine whether or not that person is a liability or not. Maybe you just don't take them in. But if there's enough knowledge that you don't have that person has, what I'm saying is you're just going to have to dose them up. You don't keep them drunk, but dose them up so they can function, and then get that knowledge out of them to figure out what needs to be done. Like I said, I don't know. I haven't had to do it, so I'm not sure if it works. I am going to tell you there's a lot of stuff I won't tolerate here. So I'm not sure I could tolerate someone like that because at that point, your head has to be on a swivel and you got to be aware all the time. I don't care if you're even in the kitchen cooking, if you're cleaning something like that. If you hear gunfire, you have to be able to react. Are the kids in the house or, that kind of thing? You have to make sure that they're safe and all of that can be done.
Body armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you need to, and those are things that you need to train. I mean, you got to train for this stuff so that it becomes automatic when it happens. So you just automatically do something.
Well, that's why tactical night is nice.
What do you call it? Muscle
memory.
Yeah, muscle memory training. Yeah.
I hear a lot of people hate that. I'm hearing it right now. Everybody's grumbling. There's no such thing. There kind of is.
Yes, there is.
So, but
well, when you get in stressful situations, you normally react like you've been taught.
That's why. Yeah, you go back to how you was trained, and that's why a lot of people do the same training so that it's like automatic for them.
I go on autopilot.
Yeah.
I don't even think, if you think your brain can keep up what's going on, you have already lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, like Moose Man is like Mag community. Too many people want to be the chiefs and no one wants to be, would we need more Indians? And I would say that's accurate. I only know of one person who has been able to keep a mag group together for this many years. One. That's all I know. Everybody else is a community. Sovereignty is a thing. So if you want to do your bullshit, whatever, and I don't want it, I figure out if I want to still be friends with you, do stuff with you, support you support me, and that kind of thing. Because we can tolerate our differences, right? And we can work through that.
We're adults.
But if you are, well, let's say my grandkids are here, your grandkids are here, and this is serious, guys. And so you fed your grandkids cereal, but you didn't feed my grandchildren cereal. I'm pissed off now.
I cooked your grandkids omelets and stuff, though.
No, nothing was cooked. Nothing was cooked. And so then I go back to the rest of the mag and I say, it's either them, they're out, or we're walking. Now I just forced you to make a choice. So, this should totally be a WROL card.
Yeah.
So what would your answer be to that? What would you tell me?
Why didn't you take care of all the kids?
No, this is a scenario that actually happened. So you fed your grandkids, but you didn't feed my grandkids.
It doesn't work when you address me doing that because I wouldn't have fed just my grandkids.
Okay, but so follow where I'm going.
Yeah, right.
Squirrel. And so follow where I'm going. What would your answer be to so you come to me or you go to our, let's just say, other members of the mag group and you tell them either I'm out or you're walking and you're taking all your supplies and all of that stuff in the mag group. What if someone was telling you that and you were part of the other mag group, what would your answer be to them?
Well, number one, I would need to talk to the person who did it And I would want to know, first of all, it made me question them,
Mm-hmm.
who the person who did it.
Mm-hmm. That happened.
Because, okay, why
What was
would
the scenario?
what was the reason?
Mm-hmm.
Was there some underlying reason that you didn't take care, that you would allow your children to eat in front of these other kids who haven't eaten anything?
Get beyond that.
And then, try to, work that out.
Mm-hmm.
But, and then you've got a problem too of somebody, making you, it's the either or scenario, either this or that.
Mm-hmm.
So then what do you do? Because you can't allow other
what
people
would your answer be to her? Well, that's what I'm asking. What's your answer?
To the person who's doing the threat?
Who's asking the ultimatum, yeah.
Who gave the ultimatum?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You might need to get your shit and get.
That's about what was said.
Okay.
You're not making us choose. You're out.
Yeah, I mean that
in over that situation, and I took it a little bit out of context, but very similar to the actual action that happened.
Self-preservation.
That situation did happen, and an entire mag fell apart in minutes.
Yeah.
So,
well, you should never jump to conclusions.
Well, no, but I guess because I know the story and I know the people,
right?
So I know
and
what happened.
So I would have been.
I'll tell you off the air, and then you're gonna laugh.
That I would have. First of all, how could you do that to the other kids unless you were worried that their mom might not have wanted them to have cereal? They might only eat healthy food.
I'm not going to say that was not part of the reason.
Yeah, and that you weren't sure it was okay to give that to them because you didn't know the kids' allergies.
One of the concerns was allergies,
and that But what I would have done is that, okay, I need to go talk to your parents or whoever's in charge of you real quick and find out if it's okay for letting me to do before I even offer this stuff to the kids.
Yeah.
I mean, some people don't think beyond here and don't realize what a problem that can cause.
Sure. Yeah. So Rabbit, you're right. You want a well-made mag then. And so it just so happens that this well-made mag happens to be part of our extended community and community. They're friends.
Yeah.
And so worst case scenario, anything that happened, we'd have each other's back. I know that for a fact, but yeah, so it's there, but this is what I'm saying. I'm not sure why what's working here is working. I really don't know.
Right.
And I don't know how to break it down.
Intervention.
But what's the matter?
He said divine intervention.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I think it's a calling. I think
I could agree with that.
I think it's a calling for a certain group of people and there's a purpose for this. And it might not be that you know the purpose initially, but
I'm the one person that will sacrifice himself for the greater good and not have any regrets.
Well, see, and that's interesting because that's a lot of the people in our community, whether in the core, the next community or the community after, where I think everybody's pretty much there. It's that outside core that you kind of wonder about, but eventually after years, you get to know them and then know where they belong and that kind of thing. So where they're at in your core scenario. So
yeah, everybody's got a job to do. And I think learning what your job ought to be, and getting to know somebody to know, okay, I think so that you understand what you're good at. Not everybody's good at this or good at that. And that's what, what I've learned just as I am coming into a community is seeing everybody's talents, what they're good at.
I hate talents, but I'm really good at it.
Well, what's interesting to me is that we actually have people in the community that actually don't know what other members of the community do.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing. Like it totally floored me at one community meeting. Somebody wanted to know how to can off grid. And I'm like, why didn't you? I'm thinking, just ask me. And so, we talked about it. We prioritized everything that needed to be done. And she made a valid point. She goes, but this is important to me. how, how come we're not doing this? Well, and that's why we're like, this is why we have to have dinners together and get to know each other and know what everybody does. And, of course, they watched our videos, but they don't have time. They got so much going on.
Right.
And so, because a lot of people around here, neighbors and things, know what I do. And this is the reason why I give so many classes. People will come knock on my door and say, hey, can you teach me? And I'm like, absolutely. And so Kentucky, hey, can you come out, teach class, do all of that. This is why they pay me. And this is why they learn. But really, if you're in my community and I need to count on you and you need to count on me, I want you to know how to can. I'm going to teach you how to can, because I don't want you at my gate asking for my canned food. And so that, you need to learn how to be self-sufficient so you can contribute to the community, right? So, So I don't know. And I'm not so sure really, Little Miss Prepper, I'm really not so sure. Is there really anything? I think it's just in the way the person is thinking about it. I'm not so super sure that there's a difference between a community and a mag.
Yeah.
I think one has gotten a bad name. And I think the other is newer and so more acceptable. That would be the community. Because we kind of stole that from the libtards, right? It takes community to raise children. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's really where it came from. And so so there's that. But really, a MAG is a mutual assistance group. And we all have each other's backs. So we barter, we do all that kind of stuff. We help each other out. So really, it's one and the same. It's just a matter of how you think it works. A lot of people where they make their mistake coming into community, and we did this. We literally sat down. It was 5. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 families. And we sat down and we talked together, and we were trying to figure out how this was going to work, because we were putting our bug out place on somebody else's property. We were putting it on Tag's property, and we sat down trying to figure out how it worked. It took us 4 hours, the first meeting, to figure out what the rules were going to be, what the law was going to be, and how things were going to work. And you know what the conversation was at the end of the meeting?
What?
We need to have another meeting.
Yeah.
So we do have a second meeting, and we get through that. That one also was 4 hours. And guess what the results of that one was?
We need to have another one.
We need to have another meeting. And so then eventually what we figured out is everybody having their own land, own sovereignty. You can, if you get mad at each other, you can walk away. You got a private place to be where you cool down and do that kind of thing. Works the best. Right? And so, the problem is when you're angry, it kind of like, okay, here's a good example. When you're married, husband and wife are fighting, and one of you get tired, because I know, let's just be real, this happens. And so you get tired, and I just don't want to argue anymore. But the other person is so angry, they keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. You live in the same house. So you really can't get away from each other without looking like a total butthead, because you have to lock yourself into the bathroom or lock yourself into a room, and you can't talk to each other, or that kind of thing. And but when you're a community and that happens, you have your own property. Go home and relax, rest, think on it, do that. And, vice versa. So it just works better. It works here anyway.
All American said for the spouse one, put a Xanax in their coffee.
I don't know if he would move after that.
I know I wouldn't. You can't give me stuff like Xanax. I'd be out for probably more than 24 hours.
Yeah,
that's the idea.
There you go. Now you have a little vacation then.
Yeah, I'd have a real good vacation, and I'd feel like horrible afterwards.
Well, and I'll be really honest with you. So, I don't know if something like that happens and G and I are fighting. I don't think he'd let me make him a drink to put Xanax in it. So he'd be like, forget it. I mean, I literally have There are people that I've met, and so I'll start sharing like little medicine and tricks and all of that stuff. Like, okay, so the neighbor, he would not for the first let's see, we've been here 3 years. The first 2 years, he would not let me open a beer for him at all. And the whole reason why was because I was pointing out hemlock, and I said, grow the hemlock. Here's how you need to harvest it. Here's how you need to do everything, dry it, get all this done. And you want your hemlock and put it away because because we were talking about different neighbors and that kind of thing and anything that could possibly go wrong. And I'm like, just offer them a beer and put a little bit of that hemlock in. They'll be dead in 15 minutes.
That's my thing.
He would not let me open a beer for him. He just now started letting me open a beer for him this year.
That's the same thing.
He's a rodeo star.
That's my thing. That's my bait food. I put that in my bait food.
Yeah. Hemlock is his bait food. And that All American was the same way. For if he doesn't really know somebody, he's not going to have them make him a plate of food, pour him a drink. Yeah.
He might have a hard time around here doing that. Well, I guess I could just do community dishes, and then he can just pick out of there and know if I'm going to kill one, I'm going to kill all.
Yeah.
Now he'll never eat my food.
No, that's for like your doing what?
Say that again.
If I felt I was going to get overran, I would cook food and put hemlock in the food and leave it sitting out.
I would have it already pressure canned and have the few, like couple of jars I have left sitting out with the hemlock in it so that when they come to wipe me out of my stuff, well, they wouldn't be coming back.
Oh, you're mean.
No.
That's how you do it.
Yeah. Oh, like those scenario things that we was doing. There's have that in your like some hemlock, just like you said, in the cans. Have that in one of your stashes that when they capture you or whatever, you send them to that one.
Yeah.
Instead of your real food.
Yeah. So no, super funny. I was gonna go somewhere with that, and I can't remember. It like totally went out of my head.
Well, so. I would be like, no, I would have those few jars. Actually, that would be the stuff that everybody's taught. Don't ever touch. It's here on the house. I've got like 4 or 5 jars left on the shelves, and I would be begging them, please don't take that. That is the last of the food we have. If you take those jars, we're gonna starve.
That's please. My children's favorite.
That's my children. Please don't touch that. And then they would take it and like, they're going to starve.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, everybody sees this scenario and then they're like, here, you eat the can first and then you don't have to worry about it, right? But or
they'd be like, oh shit, I remember her on a YouTube video.
Yeah.
No, really, it's safe. I fixed this. I didn't eat nothing at your house.
Oh, we're having so much fun. It's 8:40. I'm gonna have to leave you. I'm gonna let you hit this one because I don't know what I gotta use the restroom.
Oh, well, go. I haven't.
Well, I know. So that's what I'm saying. You're gonna have to take over. Y'all finish this. Get into your coon ass crap. So be killing people.
Oh, watch out, baby. I must. Go with mama to the potty.
You got to know how to do it too sometimes. So you got to save your family. No.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say that very thing. When you're thinking about, I might be protecting my grandkids or my, or the neighbor's kids or other people, because they're not just going to come to my house. They're going to be hitting everybody else that lives around me looking for whatever. And so, if you can stop that, or you can give them a choice. And they may decide, well, I'm not going to take the last of
they know I'm accountable.
Or, he's like, they're going to be afraid to come here because everybody knows he's a cannibal.
No, I don't think I'll be a cannibal. I think there's plenty. I think there'll be plenty for me to forage. you know.
Well, and also, I mean, you
Well,
don't have.
if a dirty bomb goes off, then that plant's not going to be safe to forage.
And neither will be the people you're going to try to eat. They've been exposed to it too.
Mm-hmm.
And the dumb ones are eating the plants that are full of it. So
I would be scared I'd eat somebody that had that injection.
yeah.
I
Absolutely.
think that injection is contagious.
Well, like everybody's always said that it sheds.
Yes.
It's contagious.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um.
And it's mutating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think it's been I think it's been designed
Yeah.
to
I
do
think
that.
it could be a
Both
true
ends of it, whether you get what's supposed to help or you get what the thing, it's been designed. Here, let's get this.
I think we're going to have a true Walking Dead scenario.
What kind of scenario?
Walking Dead.
Yeah, it could be.
Did you hear that?
But yeah,
Totally
That was
cracking.
you?
That was that one. That like I have had. Did you hear it again?
can't hear anything. I got a dog on me.
Oh man, I found this new miracle. So DMSO, y'all do your own research. I'm not a doctor, and so but the DMSO, we have a doc here. He's like, man, he's like, get this, get as much of it as you can. So if you're talking about prepping and stacking, that kind of thing, DMSO is something you need to put on your list and make sure you got it in. They've got some that are injectable. They've got some topical. Just getting our chaffles. And so topical, injectable, and then also a liquid that you can drink. And you take I think it's 500 cc's, but check that again. I could be wrong. Could be 5 cc. You know what it is. It's 3 or 5 cc's. Put it in a gallon of distilled water, and then that's the water that you're going to drink. And man, I'm telling you, it does all kinds of stuff. Look it up. I want to be real careful where I go here, but look it up. This is the first time, so I can actually get my hand closed like that. I don't want to do it too tight because I don't want to hurt anything in there. It's got to have time to rest. This is the first time that I've had I know it's sore. I can feel it, but this is the first time I haven't had the severe shooting pain and that kind of thing. And now I've got everything in my shoulder and my neck and, all the way down my arm and hand relaxed enough that now I can feel my bones and my joints are correcting and releasing that pinched nerve in there. So it's kind of amazing the way it's working. But man, cancer eyes, you found a whole bunch of stuff in there. What are you looking for? Oh, she's hungry. She's getting her chaffles and we didn't eat dinner before we jumped in, but
yeah.
So I'm looking at that DMSO, and it's even saying it's even good for eye conditions, including cataracts, glaucoma. Yes, and even problems with retina, and also with foot conditions and bunions,
cancer.
Yeah, it's used
arthritis,
soft tissue swelling.
Yeah, inflammation, the whole 9 yards. And so it's very interesting. So Doc is actually using some people as guinea pigs and doing all that stuff. I cannot say enough about it. And if you go, I want to figure out if I've got the order coming in. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to reach the company and kind of see about maybe becoming an affiliate and that kind of thing. And even if we can't, I'm still going to promote their products. It's one of the purest. That's where you're going to get the one that you can take orally. And that is DSMO Pharma, PHARMA. And so you can go there.com. There's reviews, all kinds of people. I mean, it's 100%. You're not getting anything from China and that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, pretty good. You can't eat in front of a camera. Would you just leave me hanging?
No, you want me to come over and eat?
Nobody cares if you eat or not.
No.
I mean, unless you eat with your mouth open, I don't want to see that. Right? Yeah, no, I don't want to see that.
Yeah, they even have it on Amazon too.
Yeah. Again, that site, Blue Butterfly, it is D, M as in Mary, S as in Sam, or let's say that. D as in Derek, M as in Mary, S as in Sam, O as in Oscar, Pharma, P as in Paul, H as in Harold, A as in Apple, R as in Robert, M as in Michelle, and A as in Apple.com. Look at there. I was actually able to do it.
All right. All right.
It's almost like being back at Whiskey Tango.
Oh, I'm telling you, holy
Whiskey
cow.
Tango Roger. Got it.
Yep. I am having some delicious pork butt that I canned. Oh, I just did this year. 3/9 of 24.
You were going to show off, but now you can't. I would have been more impressed if it was 4 years old.
Oh, well, I probably just grabbed the wrong end. I do have some old pork butt.
Yeah.
But yeah, because everything's packed, including most of my canned goods and stuff. But I have them on where I can get to them. So many times it's not normally I rotate in and out. I just pulled some from 22 that I was eating at the house.
Lucy, divert your eyes then. Don't look. That girl's starving. I gotta make sure she's eating.
Yeah, don't look, Lucy. So this is when I travel. This is what I do because I usually do carnivore. So I just have a little box over there that I bring my can. I can in half pints. You see most people doing in pints and big stuff, but it's just meat. This is a lot of meat.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of meat.
Yeah.
I can't eat this whole thing. I'd have to be like crazy hungry.
That's a quarter pound of meat right there.
Oh, yeah. It's heavy. And so you can eat these. It's cooked. I love canning meat. And then my famous chaffle bread.
Your famous chaffle bread. I gave you the recipe.
Well, in her neck of the woods, it's her famous
Mine's
one.
just plain.
Everybody be stealing my stuff.
I freeze dry it, so it's crunchy.
It'll be crunchy. The chaffles will be crunchy depending on how much you have them in the waffle iron. You can go back, look at our channel, the recipe and videos there. So it's a lot of fun. It is actually a lot of fun and great for people on a carnivore diet. So, but yeah. Oh, Blue Butterfly, I did want to tell you, what was I going to say on that? You may see when you go to order some of the DMSO, you may actually see on there that it says pre-order. That is because the study is coming out. Everything is being done. People are starting to see that this is the best medicine, should have never been made illegal for humans and only available for animals. So kind of like the ivermectin, yeah, right? Convenient. And so you will see it sells out very fast. So go ahead and put your pre-orders in and do all that. And then as it comes in, it's going to ship. The smaller ounces you could find. You check your farm supply, and you're going to check in the horse aisle. And so when you get to the horse aisle, you can find the one that looks like this, and they come in 8-ounce and 16-ounce tubs. So you'll be able to find it, but not everybody.
And they have it on Amazon too.
Be careful on Amazon.
Okay.
So especially for your oral and injectables.
The bottle that you just showed, they have it on here. It looks just same type of bottle, but of course it's a 16-ounce bottle. And it's $25 and change.
It's the same. It's the 99% pure gel formula.
Yep.
Okay. I would do it because the 8-ounce bottle is $21.99 at Tractor Supply. Yeah, so if they got it in stock, order it. And that's going to be your topical. That is not your injectable, and it is not your oral. So, because it goes down in percentage depending on how you do it. But these are great. So the stories that I've heard, if you inject it, so what you would want to do is take the injectable vial and then go ahead and fill up the syringe, empty that damn bottle out. Somebody's having a stroke, heart attack, seizure, anything like that, you're going to pull that out. Again, I'm not a medical doctor, do your own research. Plunge it, right? It's going to be a muscle shot. Plunge it into their muscle, get them to the hospital, And the after effects from a heart attack, stroke, seizure, all of that, gone, minimal. There's nothing after. And that's according to doc. So, but, and the research you did today, you did some research.
Oh my gosh, there's so many more things that it covers.
This RN was blown away. I mean, we can't tell you everything that this thing does. You guys got to do the research on it. It's amazing.
Yeah, go pull it up. There's it is, and it's a lot like the other one that they didn't want you to have.
Yep.
That where it takes care of a lot of things.
Yep. And this was actually the DMSO was actually a really big deal and went all the way up to Congress. They were discussing it, and that's
it's a byproduct of
paper making.
Paper making.
Yeah. And so there was a big discussion, and when they sold out to pharmaceutical companies, they were like, okay, we'll just outlaw it. It's now for your horses.
Yeah, we'll bury it because we don't want you cured.
Right.
Now, you will kill our customer base.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So if y'all can get it, when you do find it, buy it. So if you find it in a store, buy it, because this information is starting to get out more and more and more. I literally bought the last bottle sitting at Tractor Supply today.
Yep. Is Tambra still on here?
I don't know. I think she should be. I thought I saw her.
I was going to ask her that one time when she hurt her foot, she was putting some kind of horse stuff on it.
It was probably the DMSO.
Well, it wasn't helping. I gave her comfry.
Oh,
I left her with a thing of comfrey.
Yeah. It's been a little bit since she said something on here.
Yeah, you have to call her.
All I know is we got a fight coming.
She might be out putting up chickens.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're right. And it is a fight coming.
Oh, shit,
and
my
so
phone's dead.
plug it in. And so, it is a fight
wait, there it
coming.
is.
And when people can't afford their medical and can't figure out their medicine and that kind of thing, they want to charge you $7,000 for a liver shot or a diabetes shot, or your insulin is not in. Yeah, I kid you not, guys, on this. Again, I'm not a medical doctor, but you can literally go get a $22 bottle of DMSO and fix that. Are you kidding me? So, they can't win. Yeah. And the more we buy it, they can't win.
Yep. Everything that Yoda's saying about this, she is not a medical doctor. This is not on not medical advice. Terminator wants you to send her that info.
Yep, you got it. I will. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if she's
and if you can't get it up there, you let me know. I'll figure out a way to smuggle it in. We can figure something out. Bury it in cookies and bread and that kind of thing for Christmas.
You always talking about getting something. You want her the apples from up there, and
because they're really strict about what can come across there.
Yeah.
Unlike the other side.
Yeah. There's certain seeds you can't even send over there. And so like she can send me some stuff, but I think she's limited as well. And there's actually an ag list of what you can and cannot send over. So,
wow.
So there are restrictions, but also you have to, I bet you she's going to be able to find this. And I bet you we may be asking her to ship it to us. And because they don't get sick like we do over there. They don't have the chemicals and all that crap we do. So,
that's because they don't allow crap in their food that they allow here.
Right. Right. Hopefully that's going to change. We'll get Kennedy in there. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. We'll see what happens. But fish antibiotics cannot be purchased anymore. You have to be a vet and you have to have get it from them. And the price went up. And so, in fact, I had an incident a couple of years ago. We had a dog at the vet and they handed me antibiotics for her. And I opened up the antibiotics and looked at him and I said, wait a minute, this is fish mox. And the girl looked at me and she goes, yeah. And like, why do I have to pay you $25 for this when I have a whole freaking bottle of 150 sitting in my refrigerator that I only paid, $5 for? And
or like the commercial you see all the time from the pharmacist who says this medication only actually costs us $2 and we only charge $5 for it. But the minute a patient tells you that they have insurance, I can't tell them that.
Yep.
Where they'd only have to pay $2. I then have to charge them like $20-something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And they have to pay what their insurance doesn't pay.
Well, and that's why we recommend Jace Medical. And so go to Jace Medical and you can go in there. G's doing a commercial for them, their information, that kind of thing. We also do have a link. So if you go down to our About page, you can do that and throw some money our way when you order. We'll appreciate it, and Jace Medical will appreciate it. And you won't be paying pharmaceutical prices, and you are going to be able to get some good medicine. Stock up on those.
Can't you get like a year supply of medicine?
Yeah, and your supplies are going to come in. You're going to purchase them, and you're going to have a year of that supply. So whatever pharmaceutical medication that you're on, you want to make sure you put that in there. You want to make sure, whatever your prescriptions are, that kind of thing, antibiotics, whatever you got to get, you want to go to Jace Medical and you want to get that. We took G's prescriptions and we put all of G's in there, and we order by the year. He was able to save $250 a year on his medication, and we have insurance. So, and now we get it cheaper. So Jace Medical is actually, is your phone working now?
Yeah. I mean,
so go to our YouTube page, will you? Because I know you have a blue wrench on hers. Go to your YouTube page and look up Jace Medical link and then throw that in there, because I know there's a lot of people in here that probably could use that.
Look what Rabbit put about the DSMO.
What are you saying?
Had to dig a bit, but found my bottle of DSMO 70%, DSMO 30% distilled water, and then sold
99%. This is the horse one. 99.5% is the one from DMSO Pharma. So PHARMA. But yeah, so the stronger. But now is that one may not be, I know it's not the injectable because that dilution is I think it's too high. So that may be the oral one. Rabbit, is it the oral one?
Tell me, someone wants real hardcore training.
See, that's sold as a solvent only. And no, I wouldn't use that. I would just go ahead and run. I would run and get you want to make sure it's 99% or better.
This is for donations.
I can't see your.
Okay. Just to let anybody know that anybody that wants training of what sorts?
Any hardcore training. I'm training classes for donations. Whether it is to live off the land, whether it's self-defense, whatever it is that you feel that you're lacking in, I'll fill in that gap just for a donation.
Okay, so what are you think? Are you gonna have a website or a link to that? What are you doing? What are you thinking?
Just kind of
word of mouth. I'm just saying, if you want real hardcore training, I have a Native American Miccosukee that was raised on a reservation in South Florida, and he taught me everything he knows.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm teaching that how to survive off the land without having to depend on any modern stuff. Okay. You can literally drop me off anywhere in the southern hemisphere with nothing, and I can gain weight and teach you how to survive.
Yeah, we had, so I know that for a fact. Anybody that knows that, not you, All American, but there was somebody at one camp out, and it was really funny. We had potluck, and he didn't bring any food with him or anything. He just lived off the land. And so when he found out there was a potluck, he went out into the woods, and he was gone for a while, and he brought everything back up, and he actually cooked it for potluck. It was amazing. It was fabulous. It was delicious. Yes, he did a good job.
When you eat my wild edibles, you can feel the energy burst because there's so much nutrition in it. Yeah. This farm-grown food, a lot of the massive farm-grown food, the land has no nutrition in it. That's why they has used fertilizer.
Yep.
And then it's funny that Southern Hemisphere, but of course, like Terminator said, what about Northern Hemisphere?
Well,
I mean,
Canada.
you only know what you live and born and raised down here. You were taught down here, so you know what.
I'm not going to claim something that I don't know, and I know the Southern Hemisphere, not the Northern Hemisphere. The Southern Hemisphere plants grow all.
Has everybody lost their mind?
Plants.
You guys are talking. We live in the Northern Hemisphere.
Well, I mean, there all you got is tree bark when everything else is dead. The inner tree bark of a pine tree, you can eat that.
Yeah, so Lucy misspoke a little bit, but I get what you're saying. I think she was talking about Canada.
Yeah,
Which
northern
is also
territories.
the Northern Hemisphere.
Yeah, and it is also the Northern Hemisphere. Florida is also the Northern Hemisphere. And so you don't get into Southern Hemisphere until you hit the equator.
Yeah.
I'm talking south of the Mason-Dixon line.
I know what you're saying, but you both got off track, and I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah, I just said hemisphere by mistake.
Because wild edibles grow all year long.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing too, and a lot of things that I'm learning here, especially from the natives, a lot of the trees we have, it's medicine. And so the bark is used for XYZ, and this one needs to be a tea, and this one needs to be powdered out, and that one has to do this. Oh, you were always told milkweed was bad. There's actually a good milkweed. Don't get rid of that. This is for a special wedding stew and that kind of thing. Yeah, that's where you need to learn, but not everybody knows that. So I think that's excellent training. I think that's a good way to go. I'll talk to Tag and see, maybe we can get some kind of community thing together and do all that. Probably even do it. So we have a very special guest that is coming in May. So possibly I'll tell you about that later. Okay. And then
I already put that out.
Only to our group, so don't say it. And then, or did he do it on video?
I thought he did it on the live.
Are you sure for the community building?
I just hold it still. No. It was he. Leave it down. Leave it.
I think it's for the video. But anyway, so we have a very special speaker coming, and that might be good. Kind of pair up back to back. Maybe we do that day, and then have him do a class the next day.
I can even show you how to make a primitive bow very quickly, that you can take just about any size game you want, and it's made quickly. It's not going to be something beautiful. It's not going to be, but it will work.
Wait, last minute stuff doesn't look beautiful.
I can't have a designer tree limb bow.
No, I can.
Well, you can make it designer by putting your initials in it, or I
can catch a snake and dry the skin and put the snake.
Hell, I got cowboys around here. They catch snakes for me and throw them in trailers.
And in the meantime, you're starving. So no, it doesn't matter. I'm just picking at you.
Actually, you eat the snake while you're making the bow.
You do. A snake is actually pretty tasty.
Snakes.
Oh. Speaking of snakes, I'm sorry. Let me change this just for a minute. I have a new recipe for y'all, and we are coming in winter, and we got mice and we got rats. And so I want to tell you this recipe. He actually did say he got it from. He got it from. Oh my God, Danny and Wanda, Deep
That's
South.
not where I thought you were going.
No. So I don't know what you're thinking about now. You need to slow down. But if you slice up a tomato, and I'll make sure I get this right, 3 tablespoons of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, and 3 tablespoons of sugar. You're going to mix all that up, spread it on the tomato, leave your tomato slices around. Rats eat it, the mice eat it, and they explode like they're done.
Yeah.
And so we're all coming into a time, especially if you're homesteading, you're stacking, you're prepping, you're doing all that. They're coming. But I specifically wanted to tell you, because I know what you're dealing with over at that other property. And so get that made and then put that out there. I'm telling you.
I've also, another recipe for killing them is Jiffy mix and baking soda, just with a little bit of water, so you can roll them into like little balls and then put them out. And
the best thing to do is to really test yourself and use a regular mouse trap. Drill a hole in it, tie a string to it, tie it to a tree or something so they don't drag it off. And when you catch them, have the strength, the mental strength to clean it, cook it, and eat it.
Well, I'm
gonna see. I'm not starving enough. It's not happening.
That's what I was talking about.
I'm just saying, it will give you the mental strength.
Like chicken,
right? But we were talking about eating snake, and said, "Oh, I got a new recipe. You know, rats and mice."
Yeah.
What is she talking about?
Sorry,
I know. We're actually going to talk about putting a rat in a tomato or something.
No, I was trying to figure out. So I was trying to figure out what I forgot to tell you earlier. It came back in, so I needed to get it out. And that reminded me when he was talking about that.
They do eat nutri-rats in South Louisiana. They had such an overpopulation of them that
I don't know what a neutral rat is.
A nutri-rat it's a big rat.
They're good. I've eaten
New York City
really? You've had one?
Yeah.
He said it tastes a lot like rabbit.
More than one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they eat them. Cajuns eat them, and they encouraged people to eat them because they were getting so bad, overpopulated.
Yes, but no, I've eaten them. I eaten them when I was in Louisiana. They were delicious. That's why I if you knew me, you would know that I am not kidding. There's absolutely nothing that I will not eat as long as it does not make me sick. Little Miss Prepper will tell you.
All right. Well, I am actually running out of battery. So
I just saw we've gone over 2 hours. That's why I'm hearing him, I'm hearing her, and I'm like, we obviously, Ashley, you and I have lost control of the video and how things are going. And it's after 9 o'clock.
And I didn't hear back from Tambra.
But so yeah, she might be sleeping already. But
she's probably out putting up chickens.
Oh, could be.
And tending to her high tunnel and stuff.
Could be.
Now's the time to learn. Don't try to learn when you're starving. You need to learn now.
That'll suck.
Yeah,
that'll suck if you're trying to learn that way.
Yeah.
But,
so everybody, thanks for coming on. Yep.
Yeah, she heard you.
Yeah.
So everybody, tomorrow be at least 1% better than you were today. Catch up. Make sure you go live a life done free. And Little Miss Prepper, we'll see you on Monday.
All right, everybody. Y'all have a good evening. Blessed evening.
All right. Night, y'all.